Hey friends, it's Sandra from Fowler Family Homestead, and today we are going to make shampoo bars. This is the very first time that I am making anything like this, and I am super excited, and we figured we'd take you guys along. We'll show you guys the video here, and then 4 to 6 weeks from today, we will do a follow-up video, and we'll show you guys how we have been enjoying them, how they turned out, the whole shebang. Maybe we'll wait a couple weeks after that just to make sure that we are enjoying them, so we give you guys a full and honest review. Today, I am going to be doing a variation of Bumblebee Apothecary's video. I will leave her video linked down in the description. The one thing that I will be changing is we have goat's milk on hand. Our neighbor gave us some goat's milk when we first moved in here, actually, so 3 years ago, and I have not used it yet. So I'm gonna be using goat's milk, but everything else is the same. If you click on that video, she actually has a link, which I'll try and link the recipe as well down in the description. And you guys can make these for yourselves, but these, we're really excited about these. We are always trying to remove certain things from our lives that are from the store where we don't know the ingredients and replacing them with things that we make here on the homestead. Okay, so these are our ingredients that we're gonna be using today. We have lye, castor oil, refined coconut oil, beef tallow, some goat's milk. We have some essential oils. We've got lavender and rosemary, olive oil, and then we have soap molds that have cutters with it too. All right, I have my little assistants here. I'm setting it to ounces right now, getting it all ready. I'm zeroing it out so I know how many ounces we're going to add. I'm gonna be making a double batch of this. I have been really nervous to make soap of any kind because, to be honest, I'm terrified of the lye. But I figure if we are using proper precautions, it should be all right. So the recipe calls for 10 ounces. Since I am doubling this recipe, we're gonna add 20 ounces. There, perfect. Okay. No, I don't want you to touch that.
Why?
Okay, I'm gonna add this to my pot.
Yeah. Can I do it? You funny, Mom.
You can do it with the next stuff. Okay.
Okay. Now lies?
No, not lye yet. Lye doesn't come until the end. Now I've got coconut oil, moisturizer, all over my hands. I will leave links for all of the stuff that we are using today in the description as well.
Cheese. Cheese. Mom, is that cheese?
No, this is tallow.
Tallow? What is
Oh,
tallow? Can you eat?
It smells like beef.
Can you eat it?
No. It almost kind of smells a little popcorny, a little like popcorn.
Yeah, it smells like popcorn all the way.
Beef. Oh, this is 10 ounces. I don't know what I'm doing. This is a 10-ounce block of tallow. Or, no, a little bit more. It was 15, I think. Okay, scrape it off. Oh, you guys are knocking the camera all over the place.
Mom, can I do after? This keeps mine.
Don't eat it though, okay?
Come on, guys. Next one. I do next one, Mom.
Okay, no more. Get back.
No more, guys.
No more of that. Now we're gonna add olive oil.
Over for you. Enough, Mom. No, it isn't. Yeah. That's enough.
Hold on. Perfect. Now we're gonna add castor oil.
Castor oil?
Castor oil. And this is supposed to be really good for your hair. No, get back, please. Okay, here is our oil mixture. I'm going to throw this on top of the cook stove, and we are going to let it come up to 100 degrees. Okay, our lighting is bad because it's getting later in the afternoon, but our mixture is almost melted, minus our tallow. Our tallow is still harder. Most of it's melted though, so this will be done here pretty quick. In the meantime, my big girls are gonna help me measure out our goat's milk and our lye. Okay, let's slowly pour it in because you can't lean it on it. You need to lift it up so we know the exact measurements. Yeah. All right, the most nerve-wracking part is over. I kind of was freaking out during that whole time period. I'm not going to like sugarcoat anything. It was terrifying. And I know that that sounds absolutely ridiculous, but I have never made soap before, and I know that if you don't mix it correctly, it can explode. So I was really nervous. But that part is over. The lye and goat's milk is sitting outside. And then we are going to bring it inside in just a second. It's really cold outside. Marissa had hers sit outside for 10 minutes. So because of the time of year that I'm doing it in, I highly doubt that it needs to sit out there for 10 minutes. But as soon as it comes inside, we'll show you guys the next step. Oh, pour your lye outside in a cup. I did it inside of the house, and I actually have a little bit of a headache now from it. I inhaled some of it, and it's very strong. So,
So did I.
Yeah, don't do that. So we have our immersion blender, and then we are going to add our lye liquid into our pot of fat, and we're going to immerse it until it comes to trace. And that's just when you can trace the line with the immersion blender, and you can visually see that it is making a divot. So I'll show you guys that when it's time.
Blood.
Oh, it smells like ammonia.
Ammonia? What is ammonia? What is ammonia? It's starting to turn.
Okay. I think that we have reached trace. Now we're gonna add the essential oils.
I wanted to add it.
Well, get a measuring spoon, please. I know. Just edit things out. That's fine. You gotta hurry up though, because we gotta hurry and pour it into our molds.
Mommy. Here.
So pouring it into a mold, it was like to the very tippity top. So I think that in her video, her measurements were a little bit different than the measurements. Quiet, guys. Than the measurements on her website. So I think that it probably would have fit the mold much better had I used the measurements that she gave on the video, but we'll have nice big giant bars. Okay, it's been a few days since we made our soap, and I wanted to give you guys a rundown of what we really enjoyed about making the soap, what we didn't enjoy, what we will be doing different next time. Okay, here is our bars of soap that we made. We are super pleased with the way that they turned out, minus one thing, and it's something that is preventable. You guys can see that it's got a little swoop here. That was not done on purpose. When I filled up my molds, the batch that I made filled them all the way up to the very tippy top. I'm actually planning on buying another one of these soap making kits, or the soap mold kits, because I think it's really handy. Not the whole kit itself, but just these box molds. The reason why they're shaped the way that they are is, like I said, it filled it up all the way. And as the soap sat for a few minutes, it bubbled up to the top and it overflowed all over my washing machine. So it definitely needs a third container. I think that I doubled the batch, because the original batch, which was meant for just one soap mold, and since I had two, I thought, well, double it. Well, I think that you need a third one. I have some in another little container that I just quickly scraped everything off and threw into that one, but because it had already solidified quite a bit, it left really ugly tops. I am very pleased, however, how this cutter turned out. These, just the shape of them with these ridges, I just think it looks so awesome. So the one thing that we will do differently next time, you guys seen in the video that I added my lye water to the fats, and then I added some essential oils after it had traced. That is not something I will do next time. I will add my essential oils in before I add in my lye water, so it when it goes to trace, I can quickly throw it in my molds. It would have been lumpy regardless. That is definitely not something that I will do next time, because when it went to trace, by the time that I got ready to pour it into my mold, it had already started to harden up. And like I said, there was nothing I could do at that point. If I pour it in just as it has gone to trace, it will be a nice smooth topped finish. I believe that even with it bubbling up, because I think that that will be pretty well inevitable, that it's just going to rise up. I think that there is a way to be able to smooth that down though, and it's not going to rise in such a way where it's going to explode and it's going to be ugly. I think it'll just rise up and it will fill up more of the mold, and that is okay. I decided to dedicate a pair of gloves to my kit, and a spatula. This spatula was eaten on by a child, so I figured it was perfect to throw in here, and I can just use that for next time. I do believe, because I was planning on using these trays as permanent fixtures in my soap making. Just sounds silly, but that's the only way I can think to word it. I think that I will actually buy some wire racks for this because it needs to breathe. So I put these in the back pantry, and that's where they've been hanging out. So it's been a week as of today since I made it. I cut them tomorrow. So a week tomorrow I will have cut them and thrown them in the back pantry. And I'm just, I just threw over a flour sack so it doesn't get dusty, and this is how I have left it to sit back there, just like that. And it's been working great. They definitely are starting to dry out. I am thrilled with how they turned out. All in all, I learned some valuable lessons. I learned some things that I would do differently next time. I learned some things that I'm going to keep the same. I am just excited to have one more thing ticked off on the list of homemade things that I no longer have to buy from the grocery store. Our goal here is to be as self-sufficient as we can, and one of those ways that we can be self-sufficient is by homemaking. And since I am the homemaker of the house, that is my job. The children are absolutely thrilled. They cannot wait. They keep asking, is it time that we can use the soap? Is it time that we can use the soap? And it's like, well, no, we're gonna go through our shampoo first. And then you guys can. I left the video that Bumblebee Apothecary's video in the description. I'm also going to leave a link to a video where she talks about washing her hair and all of the ins and outs of that. I think that that is an important tag-along video to go with this one, because she talks about pH levels in the soap versus the pH levels that your hair actually needs. And from my understanding of her video in that one, you need to use apple cider vinegar. Anyways, that is our experience with making soap for the very first time, shampoo bars. Let me know in the comments if you guys have ever made shampoo bars or soap in general. How was your experience? How did you enjoy it? Were you scared when you guys used the lye water? Because I know I was. Anyways, we will catch you guys on our next one. Blessings and happy homesteading. Bye.